Well, hello everyone. Welcome to another week in Reddit League, and we are in Jordan this time, and we've got a very exciting Division One matchup for you. My name is Atomo, and I'm joined as always by Calamity. How are you?
Hello, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty great. Yeah, we get to check out last season's champion BOKSA taking on a newcomer and a fellow promoted player from Division Two, with along with you, Calamity, in MTheBassman. In Jordan, and we can kind of look at their stats. And the basement didn't have the worst start to Division One, but BOKSA perfect in his first game.
Yeah, what do you expect from Boxer? And yeah, Baseman at least got a point from it. Unfortunately, 24.969, not quite enough for a bonus point there. But at least he doesn't start off his journey in Division 1 with no points. But for today, I think you do have to say that Boxer is, of course, the favorite. And yeah, and the Baseman will just have as his goal probably to be able to maybe stay within a 100 points gap again and maybe somehow get another point for it.
Yeah, of course, there's also those bonus points to play for. The map is Jordan, made by you, Calamity. I know you had a little bit of interesting time trying to make sure that some of these kind of heavy locations, like it's dense locations is a better word, where like you just seem to always end up were not quite as heavily included in your polygon map for this one. But yeah, the learning the coverage is the big thing in Jordan here.
Yeah, it's exactly. You have pretty much mostly just highways as well as some of the bigger cities. And the key is just being able to tell apart certain areas, because if you can do that, there's not that much coverage, so it's not too difficult to be able to figure out where you are exactly. Of course, pinpointing in a city like Amman is still relatively difficult, but as long as you're not there, then especially the other cities aren't too tough. And on the highways, of course, you've always got the difficulty of super long roads with no real points of reference, but you do have curves here or there, so you should at least be able to get within like a few hundred meters at worst if you know what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. Well, let's not keep you waiting, and let's jump in to round number one. And yeah, we start off on one of those highways.
Well, yeah, but not the usual highway you might expect. It's mostly just the major road through a town
Yeah, it
that
does
we've
look
got
like.
here.
Yeah, and the basement heading south does seem to be more on that highway kind of aesthetic, while Box heading more west and north is actually getting into town here. But it will be Basement who gets the better sign first. The rock is not too far up.
Hmm.
So it is one of the major highways, but it is running through a couple of these towns. Now to find a road that matches this directionality. And yeah, Box has got a similar set of signs.
Yeah, Box is coming up to the better signs though. Quite a lot more with a bit more information there.
Mm. I know, like in Jordan, the town on the bottom is closer, right? Even if there's no distance, that's how they do it.
I think from the signs I've seen that is true, but
Yeah.
I wasn't necessarily aware of that. But it could be.
Mm-hmm. A very big intersection that seems to be Boxa believes he is at the moment. Now he does have to backtrack his way. And on one of these weird times where the road actually does run largely east west. So that's also pretty rare and a good hint as to where
Hmm.
you might be in the country.
Yeah, though, when you're in a city like that, it's sometimes difficult to tell if it really is one of those highways. Like highways run east west through Amman, for example, as well.
Mm.
So it feels like if you're in the middle of nowhere, that's a much better clue than if you're in a city somewhere.
And with under a minute to go, Box has got a very nice clue, only 7 meters away, an ace for him. As I click on the wrong screen. There we go. Baseman has got 45 seconds. He is closing in on the location. He is a bit too far. Oh, there we go. He realizes, this looks much
Hmm.
closer to what I am actually looking at. Back to the start again to figure out where he might be. BOKSA certainly had no trouble pinpointing that. A couple of the roads off to the side helpful.
Yeah, it's not the most difficult pinpoint. You've also got a pretty curvy road, so you never really have too long of a stretch on which you have to pinpoint yourself.
He can definitely use that. He can't quite decide close to where he is, and he will just run out of time. And thankfully, he didn't move his marker any further away. He was a bit closer originally, but that last-minute adjustment will cost him 4 points. So no ace for MTheBassman. We saw that in his other game against Orpheus, which was a real challenge for him. But still within 100 points, at least after one round.
Yep, just 4 points lost there. Not really a big deal for him. And yeah, he really will have to get better at aces this season if he wants to pick up a few more points. But in this specific case, probably not the end of the world. He probably wouldn't have expected to get a perfect score in Jordan anyway.
Well, let's move on to round number 2. And there we go, but a brilliant sign right at the start, the 65, which will put both of them in the dry flat part of that 65.
Yeah, 203 kilometers as well on it.
To the south, that should tell you we're closer to the bottom of the road. Southern end, rather. It is more green on the 65 the further north you go, so that is also a pretty good clue. Yep. I think there was a small little town name with a marker there on the side for Bassman, but I think he just slipped right past it.
If there was, it probably wasn't in the Latin alphabet. Probably would have just been in Arabic. I didn't see it, but
yeah, something some distance away. Oh, okay, that's nice. And yeah, BOKSA goes past another one of those.
Yeah, they're not like in the likes of Cambodia, for example, where they say something else like every marker you get to. They usually stay very consistent and just tell you how far it is to Aqaba.
Yeah,
there you
Aqaba,
go.
They're 163
kilometers.
63.
Well,
yeah,
I don't know.
Why.
It looked like 63 to me.
Bassman for a second thinking we're much further north, but I think he'll do away with that.
He also just went past a sign for the fire station, which you can see on BOKSA's map already, which is a good PY to help you.
He was looking at that side road to help him pinpoint.
And this is a very difficult pinpoint to make. You do have that one side road and you've got the curve to the south, but you're somewhere in the middle of them. And yeah, there really is easier pinpoints to make than this one.
Yeah, you got to really kind of eyeball this and hope that Google hasn't screwed up where the pin is actually located. It's always a frustrating thing when you know you're where you are, but Google says, nope, you're off. So I'm not sure. MTheBassman did zoom into a similar looking road, but I don't think that's the same place that BOKSA is looking. There we go.
Nope.
That'll be much more in line with what he sees, and he will agree and move his pin with 30 seconds. There's that side road to the north. BOKSA going further north to try to figure out what else might be up there. I think he actually is trying to count.
He's counting clicks to the side road to the north.
Yeah,
but I think he'll run out of time before he gets to the curve on the south.
Yeah, it does look like both of them are trying that little technique, rather, and it will test. Oh, did MTheBassman move back again?
He went back down,
oh, no. Oh, and the timer out, he'll just have to take that, and he will really kick himself for that one. Oops. Don't want to double click either. BOKSA wasn't able to quite pinpoint. It looks like nobody when he played was able to. Very tricky on that stretch of road. He will drop 5 points, but MTheBassman literally found it and then gave it up. 3,534. He will be really frustrated with himself. Yeah, maybe not taking note of that fire station point of interest that could have helped him confirm that location, and then assuming that this one further to the south looked a lot nicer. But yeah, just really rough. 50-50, and he got it wrong.
Yeah, maybe slightly understandable. If you've just got the road, it can always be a bit difficult to tell which direction it's going exactly. But with the fire station, it should have really been 100% clear that it was the one further north. But yeah, maybe not thinking about that, and well, that's the 100 points gap gone.
Yeah, and given how easy the first 2 rounds is, he will be really struggling to get back within bonus point range as we'll jump into round number 3. And at least a very pinpointable intersection, and both of them immediately in Aqaba.
Yeah. This one shouldn't be too difficult. Well, definitely not to the point where you could lose 1,000 points.
Yeah. So Bassman's best hope here is to simply be within 100 points of an ace. If not an ace, he needs a couple of those a game if he's hoping to get some bonus points.
Ideally 5 per game.
And there's a sign for the airport to the south. Yeah, ideally 5. And a road name, that'll be helpful if you can find that. Seems to be
Does... Oh, there it is. At least Basement thinks there it is. I can't quite read it.
Yeah, so he needs to go back away from there. He did travel a bit to get there. And just too fast, maybe a little frustrated that he kind of threw everything in the last round, didn't take enough time. We were definitely north of that shopping center.
Seems like it.
And BOKSA will not take much longer, but still do well. An ace for him, and Bassman kind of just saying, you know what, let's just get this game over with.
It does seem like he's given up, yes.
Yeah, 4,581, a bit unfortunate. Like, even if there isn't a bonus point maybe in the cards for him here, Calamity, it's still score differential. You don't want to throw that away, especially in a tight division like Division 1. That could separate automatic from playoff in terms of relegation. So
definitely,
definitely could be something.
Probably not score differential, because that's quite far down the list of tiebreakers. But the total score itself is now tiebreaker number 1. So essentially, he just threw away 403 points because it really was a very easy round.
Yeah, in his total score. Yeah, well, let's hopefully he gets a little bit of his desire to play back in this one, as we'll jump into round number 4. And Amman to the south.
Yeah, that already narrows it down a lot, because there's essentially one road north of Amman that's covered, which is from Amman to Jerash.
And the 35, and just in case they needed that as well. I didn't see a whole lot near the start to help pinpoint. If we are on this highway, they kind of know, probably within a couple 100 kilometers where they might be already. I didn't quite get a look. Oh, there we go. That'll be a good clue. Jalan Castle.
I think they did start in sort of a curve, and there is I think a highway exit of some sort, at least close to the start for them. So it shouldn't be too difficult to get the pinpointing right. At least far easier than in round 2, but maybe not quite as easy as in round 3.
Yeah, they kind of both headed south and didn't give me a good look at what's north of them, but that is a interchange. As you can see on BOKSA's screen there is that off ramp. Actually, that would be the on ramp. He's looking backwards. So to find intersection that would match up with that. And Bassman needs to take notice of that. He did, in his commentary of the video at the very beginning, say he is having internet troubles the last day or two, and he's hoping it doesn't interfere with him, but it is a little bit laggy now into round number 4. And his frustration with dropping a lot of points on top of that probably doesn't make for the the most enjoyable game, unfortunately.
No.
But he definitely looks like he is back into this one. Not going to give up that easily, but another ace for BOKSA in the meantime. That intersection, a big clue. It just seems like MTheBassman has just not seen the intersection, or he thinks. Yeah. Well, hang on a second. How many points did you get?
Not 5,000.
Not 5,000. 4,689 points. For him, again, I don't know, just forgot about that intersection. The road direction isn't even quite right for that direction. So yeah, again, one of those. I'm close enough for 4,000 something, but I'm not quite sure. So, and he'll just take the points as it comes to him. So a bit unfortunate there, Calamity.
Yeah, I guess. How much time would you have left? He would have had like 20 seconds more.
20 seconds, yeah. So maybe that was
look at things.
Yeah, 20 seconds was not really worth it, I guess. But anyways, we'll get into round number 5 here, and another very recognizable intersection.
Well, probably not recognizable, but
well, in the sense that yeah, it'll help with pinpointing when you get to that stage.
Yeah.
It's a roundabout with street names on it, so
yes.
Not recognizable in the sense of I instantly know where I am, but in the sense
yes, this is roundabout number 73 in Amman.
Yeah. But in the sense that once we narrow down our district, it won't be, it'll stand out on the map, but being in Amman is not the easiest thing. Lots of little roads and curves, so.
BOKSA just looking for road names, apparently, which is an interesting choice.
I don't know, maybe there is some kind of clue to those road names. That we don't know about, but I think it's more of he's not on a perfect game, but he still would like to drop any more points. I think even if you're in Amman, you still have a chance to lose over 1,000 points if you're on the wrong end of town completely.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so there's still quite a few points at stake here. MTheBassman, trying to check out some of the names of these major thoroughfares. But he has got one. Now it is about working your way back to that roundabout, and he is going to just start probably panning, looking for that. BOKSA is checking out roundabout after roundabout and discovering there are way too many of them in this city. Are the districts in Amman pretty unique in the terms of how they look, or is it pretty much just one city? And north part of town is not going to give you much compared to the south. And BOKSA will pick one that looks about right, but he'll be just a little bit off in the right neighborhood, actually, though. 4,779.
Yeah, I don't think BOKSA has finally found the right roundabout. That to me always is just a bit of luck that he did find it in the end there. He had 30 seconds to go. And yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say that certain districts in Amman some districts look different to others, but overall I wouldn't say that you can just see a district and go, yeah, it's this one.
Yeah, well, a final ace for him. And I just jumped right past the scores again. I'm doing a great job at this today. The holiday, by the way, so I haven't been the most awake all day. 22,579 points for MTheBassman. Pretty much we can chalk about 2,000 of those points to the simple fact that he pretty much gave up after round 3. Right? Round 2. And BOKSA only dropping 5 points. Doesn't get a perfect game, but he will claim a win and a very nice score differential in that as well. Yeah, probably how we would have expected things to turn out, but definitely MTheBassman kind of calling it quits after our very rough round was probably unexpected.
Yeah, he wouldn't have gotten the bonus point anyway with that round two, but
Mm.
still, not a great look, and well, not great for his total score, of course.
Yeah, so just a reminder, everyone, if you're in a competition like this that runs for a number of weeks and has tracks lots of different stats, one bad round, yes, it's a bad round, it kind of ruins your game, but there's always the tournament to play for, even if the game is kind of out of your hands. So just keep going till the very end and do your best. Lesson from today. Well, thank you all for watching. Yeah, BOKSA still on his winning ways after his winning the whole thing last season. Let's see if that can continue next week. We are on a world map next week, right, Calamity?
We are, yes, all Volvo dealerships in the world, yeah.
Should be very interesting. Definitely a pinpointable map. Hopefully, MTheBassman can pick up some aces in that one. And we will see you all next time. Take care.
Bye.